new Twilight Singers album recently released after 5 years. A great album, really, and collaboration with amazing artists. Listening to the album, it feels like I'm in a film noir, in a way. Is it this because of your love about music and films?
Well, music's very visual to me, so I definitely like to create scenes that I can inhabit. I like to move from subject to subject and try to wrap it all in under the umbrella of healing. The feeling that I was trying to create here was one of ultimate transcendence, and born out of conflict, and that's what I think I did.
Album release and tour on the way, Greece included in April. What should the fans expect?
We're going to. We have 5 albums now, and while we'll do a large part of Dynamite Steps, we'll be doing songs from all of the Twilight Singers records, and we start rehearsals today. We did some rehearsing about a week ago. We've learned about 8 songs. We still have like 21 songs to learn. And there'll be some covers too. I don't know what those are yet, but they always seem to happen. I do know what one of them is, but I can't say. But it's this is my favorite band that I've ever played in. I have a violin player now. And I have one of the best drummers I've ever played with. He's played on all my records, but I've never toured with him. And this time I get to tour with him. So I'm very excited about this band. It's a great band, and it should be an amazing show.
Greg, you are one of the most loved figures of the Greek audience here. That follows you in a devotion that's quite rare. How do you feel?
What's that? I'm sorry. I didn't hear that.
How do you feel about the Greek fans here? Very devoted for so many years.
My great grandfather is from Greece. So
I know, yeah.
When I came to Greece for the first time 12 years ago, it was one of the most exciting times I've ever had as a person, not even as a musician. But I love playing in Greece. It's always emotional. And you can ask any performer in the world, and they'll tell you that performing for emotional people is a joy.
Greg, can you tell me something, some of your memories, maybe from your John Peel sessions? In memory of John Peel.
Wow, it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
But we did get to meet John Peel, which was very exciting. And he could not have been a nicer person. Whenever you get to do things that were things that you heard about when you were a child, and then you actually find yourself doing, that always blew my mind. And doing a John Peel session was one of those. Playing the Fillmore, playing Madison Square Garden with Neil Young was one of those moments too. Going on tour with Aerosmith when I was in the Afghan Wigs, those were things that playing with MC5, playing with War. There are certain things that have happened in my life that, if you would have told me that was going to happen to me when I was young, I would have said you were crazy.
Yeah. Are there any plans for another covers album in the future, like the great one, She Loves You?
I think so. I think I'm feeling that again. And what will happen is we'll probably go on tour in the next few months, and the covers will start to come. And but I actually would love to do another covers record. That was one of my favorite things I've ever done.
Mm. How do you feel about the internet era and the effect of social media nowadays?
Well, I think that the immediacy of going somewhere and clicking on something and instantly having the music. I came from a town, a really small town in Ohio, that I had to find a magazine and order a record from New York City that took like 6 weeks to come to my house.
Come on.
To hear certain things, like you couldn't get New York Dolls or Velvet Underground or that in my town, so I had to order it from the mail. So like having it where you can just go, oh, I want this, click. I think that's amazing. I think that for one, what Radiohead has done is pretty amazing. Their model of business is without peer. I think.
Mm-hmm.
They're revolutionizing the way people buy music now,
mm-hmm.
and it's I couldn't think of a better group to represent the internet generation.
Okay, Greg, thank you very much for your time. It was my pleasure.
You're welcome, Demetrius. Thank you.